If anyone can see, excuse us, we're just someone new on Zoom. Is everyone in, Tara? That means they're in, yep.
Yeah.
So welcome to the Pownell Select Board meeting, special meeting. It is 7 o'clock on the nose. I'll be running this until the board reorganizes. So I'm going to read the agenda and then I'll take a motion to approve. Call to order, approval of agenda, board reorganization. I will have some notes around there. Approval of minutes, February 24th, both the sewer commission and the select board meeting, the warrants, excess weight permits, correspondence, old business, NEMRIC educational package, town staff hours, town hall, I believe that's an update. And we're striking the executive session for contractual and public comment and adjournment. Can I hear a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. And so now we're talking about board reorganization. And I'll hear a nomination for chair, and then we'll have discussion.
I nominate Mike Gardner
For chair?
for chair.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Congratulations, chair. I guess you can, I don't need to do the rest of this now. It's all yours.
You want to stay in your seat or you want to swap?
No, I'm gonna stay right here.
All right.
Thank you. But I'm gonna need your warrant stuff, so I'll have you read that.
Oh, Angie, sorry.
We don't have the nominations for vice chair.
I'll nominate Bob Jarvis.
I'll second.
Any more nominations? Any more nominations? Any more nominations? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Nominations for clerk?
I'll nominate Harry Percy.
I'll second.
Any more nominations? Any more nominations? Any more nominations? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
We have to do our paper of record tonight?
Yes, you do.
That's what I thought.
Right.
Please use the right name. And the paper. It's the Vermont.
That's what I was trying to remember the actual.
Shopping guide.
It's, you can maintain the same paper of record. You can nominate it that way.
I nominate we maintain the same paper of record.
Second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Do we do we have to do the locations where we're gonna post things too, correct?
Yep.
We need to do,
It's right here.
the,
You want to move the camera? I'll do it.
No, I'm good.
we need to, make public where we are going to post the minutes, agendas, those types of things. Right now, we use the town office, the town website, our Facebook page, Winchester's, and the Village Market.
I make a motion and we continue to utilize as stated.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I think that's it on the reorganization, isn't it?
I did want to mention, I do want to talk to you. I said I wanted to have a couple notes for reorganization with you. For this coming year, I know I wrote to you about this, but my suggestion is that we create a list of topics that, you know, the most common topics in town, for instance, highway, wastewater treatment, grant applications, grant programming, boards and commissions, whatever it is. And I'm going to create a list for you guys. And I'm hoping that next week, I'm going to put each one on a card. And I'd like for all of you to pick the ones that you want to be in charge of knowing all the details on. So that way everyone doesn't need to know everything in great detail. I mean, everyone should have a big bird's eye view of what's happening. But if there's always one person at this table who has taken it upon themselves to really in-depth know the details of a subject matter, you're always going to have good information at this table. So that's my parting advice to you guys ongoing, and I'd like to organize that for you if you'll accept that help. And next week we can work them out. I'll send a list of what I think is relevant through the week as well.
It's something, it's an idea that I've had for a while. No matter how the reorganization went tonight, it was going to come up, to be honest with you. I think if each individual board member has a certain aspect of the town that they're working with, I think you have, I think we get great information back here.
Especially if there's someone like that's really talking to each commission, planning commission, DR, things like that,
Right.
can bring reports back to the board, make sure everyone has the right information. I think it's just going to make your year go really so much better.
I think it'll make it smooth.
Yeah.
I think it'll make it smooth.
All right, thank you. I'll work on that over the week then.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Yeah, thank you.
Approval of minutes, sewer commission meeting, February 24th.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
any discussion? Any corrections?
I didn't see any.
Believe so.
I didn't see any either. All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Minutes of February 24th, select board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any corrections, additions?
Believe so.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
As we don't have the warrants in front of us, I'm gonna have Angie read off our warrants. She has them written down. It's easier than off my phone.
Right. Well, it's payroll for 3/4. Mike, you're included on that. And it's the amount of $12,209.78.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 I abstain.
She also had accounts payable 15096 for $67,834.68, but we approved that at our last meeting. I don't understand why it was on there again.
I think we did approve that, right?
We did.
Yeah. What were the dates on that, Angie, that we approved it?
We approved it at last
Yeah, but
meeting,
what were the dates for that warrant?
219 to 225.
We approved that on the 27th.
We did. Yep. We did.
Okay,
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that it was out there that we did approve it.
okay.
And that's all there is.
That's all there was, right?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
And we don't have any excess weight permits in front of us?
Nope.
I don't believe we have any correspondence.
Well, I don't know if you want to count the letter from Ellen on the tax sale. Do you know about that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Should we make that?
That's usually its own agenda item.
But we can't talk about that tonight because this is a special meeting.
Okay.
And the approving that,
That's fine.
approving that we can't do.
That was
So
the only letter that we
Right.
had. And we also had a letter from John Bushy.
Yep.
For the planning commission.
That's separate.
Also
too.
separate
Yeah,
as well.
Right.
So next week we'll put that on the agenda.
Yeah.
So,
Both of them done.
next, yeah,
Appointments, boards and commission appointments, Tara.
and, we need to add the excess weight permits back. Please, I'll let you get caught up.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. We also need to add, Ellen's letter from the treasurer on next week, please. You caught up? Nemrick educational package.
You skipped old business.
Oh, sorry.
The only thing I was gonna bring up on the old business is the email about the furniture, and I figured you would know best because you and Rebecca are the one that's been working on the town hall. Was there anything in there
I've not been much working on the town hall.
about furniture?
I think at this point it's moot, and Tara and I have been talking about the possibility of using ARPA for furniture.
Okay,
Need it, you should be moving the stuff from here.
Yeah, let's put the town hall on next week's agenda, please. And then there's a bunch of stuff that we can talk about under that. And that can be one of those that we can bring up. Any more old business?
I don't believe so.
Nemrick educational package. What I'd like to do with this is, what I'd like to do with the Nemrick educational package is, I'd like to bring Cynthia in from Nemrick, and go over the payroll, accounts payable with Tara, to get some absolute training from the people that she's, that have our program. I don't know how many hours it would take. I don't, do you have an idea that what you think you're gonna need?
I can speak with Cynthia this week if you approve it and come back next week with a solid plan of what that would look like.
That'd be
and how much
perfect.
it would cost.
That'd be perfect. I think it's gonna benefit us in the long run and I don't anticipate it being a tremendous amount of hours. I think Tara's gonna pick it up fairly quick. I'll entertain a motion for that.
I'll make the motion to bring Cynthia in for next week for training for Tara.
I'll second.
Do we want to say how many hours?
Well, we'll move forward with it. We'll bring that back to package next week and then we'll know that how many hours what she thinks we're gonna need.
Okay.
And then we can approve it again. I just want to move forward with that. Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Town staff hours.
Do you want me to make
Nope.
a motion? I'd like to make a motion that we let Tara work full-time for the next 2 weeks so she can get all the training that she needs.
Second.
I think it would be beneficial to all of us, bring her up to speed, get in here and get things going for at least for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Town hall. Bear with me for a minute here. I believe, I'm not 100% positive, and I don't have an update from Eric. That's what I was checking for. I thought he would send me one by now. I believe we had a preliminary inspection today. It was scheduled for today
They were here. I saw
from fire safety. They were scheduled to be here today. That's why I was looking for an email just now from Aaron. For a punch list for our certificate of occupancy, for our CL, with a final inspection due next, the 8th, whatever that is, Tuesday, right? Let me just make sure I got my dates right. Yep, Tuesday. That was kind of the last update that I had. So I'm sure I'll get an update from Eric tomorrow. I know the drop ceiling's in the basement. The electrician, I think they're pretty much wrapped up. I think we're on target for that March 15th move-in date. I really believe we're there. Barring some unforeseen thing that the state found today.
Coming right up.
Yeah, we're 12 days away. Hopefully. I know that, so Joel, let me find that, guys, bear with me. Joel's gonna get some of the signage set up. There we go, town hall items, there we go. That's what I was looking for. There's a few things still that we have to get. We need to get a state of Vermont flag for the flagpole. The one out here is pretty well whooped. I don't think we need to have a motion on any of this stuff, just kind of, this is what we have to do.
If you go to the American Legion website, that's where we get our flags at the vet zone. They usually have pretty reasonable prices.
Another item that we're gonna need is blinds for the windows. We can research that out and bring that back next week. Yeah, window treatments. Joel plans to install a sign that's currently outside the town office entrance. We had Lucy McNulty come down a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a little longer now. She's the one that made the sign over top out here. She said, just move it over to the other building. It's a vinyl sign and just there's.
And the arrows are still correct.
Yep, the arrows are all still correct. Yep. So, each one of the doors still gonna need some form of signage and nameplates. We had for, whatever, the treasurer or the town clerk on their door inside the building. There's a link that was sent here that's very reasonable. It's like $13 and they have the slide in thing. So if names change, we can change it very easily. I think that's probably the way to go. And then the furniture, we can talk about the furniture tonight if you want to. There's
Certain stuff like we can take over there, like this table or whatever.
There's a concern, this is a consensus from the office staff. There's a concern throughout the office about what we're doing for furniture. Been talked that part of the plan from the beginning was to purchase new furniture for the town office. Was this a part of the plan? Should we start researching it? My opinion, in all honesty, is we're not gonna need a huge amount of furniture now. We don't have an auditor. We don't have the lister's office. To start with, at least, we can get new furniture for the treasurer and, desk and chair and
For primary staff.
for the primary staff, exactly. And the secondary staff can use leftovers.
Yeah, we have to, just to be respectful of taxpayers, we have to use this stuff until it
Right.
can't be used anymore.
No, I agree.
Right.
And I'm kind of attached to this chair.
Yeah, this one here is pretty comfy for me. I grab this one every time. So we'll talk about that because next week we can have some concrete pricing on some furniture for next week's meeting. And then in the meantime, we can move this over there and we can use it. And if we have to order new furniture in or if that's what we decide, it's not going to hold us up from going into the town office.
Correct. Yeah.
It's not going to hold us up from going in there at all.
Once we get over there, we'll know more what we need to. I think let's move in first.
Right.
Then figure out what we need.
Right. I think
And
that's,
especially like for a size of a desk or something. Adequately fit.
Yep.
Of ordering it, get there.
we do not need an executive. Does anybody have any questions on town hall before we move? We do not need the executive session tonight for contractual. So, I'd like to open up for public comment. And before we open up for public comment, I'd like to welcome Brian Harris back on the board. I'd also like to congratulate Jamie and Bob on their re-elections to the board.
Congratulations, guys. It's good to be back.
So I'd like to open up to public comment at this time.
You've got Mindy Jo's got her hand up.
Bear with us for a minute, Mindy Joe.
You can just go ahead and tell her to unmute herself.
Yeah, Mindy Jo, go ahead and unmute yourself and let
I'm
say your
already
name.
ahead of y'all.
Okay.
So, welcome back, Brian.
Thank you.
Glad you're still here, Jarvis.
Thank you.
You too, Jamie.
Thank you.
The only one don't realize how crazy I am is Brian, but he'll learn that, won't he? I just want to say, welcome aboard, and hopefully we can all work together.
Well, thank you, Mindy
I'm
Jo.
glad you guys are all still here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Enjoy, guys.
Have a good night.
Good night.
I don't see anybody else's hand up.
Anyone else? You want to ask someone? There's no other hands raised, but you can ask.
But does anybody else wish to speak? You can raise your hand, or if you're having trouble with that, just take yourself off mute and state your name. No one?
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for attending.